That wouldn't be too bad, would it? Go up 1% every month, pay me what, 3-4% every month. I think I'd be happy with that for sure. What's happening, YouTube? My name is Mike. This right here is Health and Wealth. Thanks for joining me today. Myself and Tom Brady Green Jr. back here. Just got off work. We're feeling pretty good about our night here. Had a great day today. I woke up at 5:30 this morning and went to the gym pretty early, but the gym was packed. Oh my goodness, what's going on here? I went 2 days ago. There was nobody today. 6:30 in the morning, and it was packed. It was. I'm gonna say, there was probably 40, 50 people there at 6:30 in the morning. Not cool. Well, thanks for joining me today. Let's go over Group C. This is the second time Group C has been announced, and people are very excited about it online. I'll share why with you. Personally, I only own 3 shares of CONY out of this group, so nothing to write home about. But we'll go over each one. Let's talk about how they did this month. We'll talk about the distribution that they're going to pay out. And yeah, we'll go from there. By the way, if you're not yet subscribed, join the other 1,800 people and subscribe to my channel right now. I'll wait. Okay, thank you. And then we'll keep going here. So here's the announcement. YieldMax ETFs announced distributions of CONY 135.69%. ULT, ULTY, you ain't got no alibi, 101%. Fiat, shaking my head, 100% payout. YMAX 43, YMEG 55, and others. So let's go through all of them here. I've got, you can see my tabs at the top up here. I've got each one, including them in the YieldMax website. So first one is going to be YMAX and YMEG. YMAX is a weekly payer, and so it's paying out every single week here. It's been doing so for about 7 weeks. We'll count them up here, but paying out 15 cents, 43% distribution rate. Let's go check out YMAX here. Paying out weeklies. So let's take a look again. 15 cents. How do you guys feel about 15 cents? I mean, last week was 11, 22, 22. So 15 cents is kind of low. 3, 4, 5. Oh, it's been paying out for more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this is month 3 now. We're getting into month 3 of the weekly payers. Honestly, if I had this fund, I don't think I would be too upset. It seems to be paying out fairly consistently, which is good. I think it would be okay with the 15 cents, but you would have to have a good chunk of pennies out there to be able to make these pennies worthwhile. That's for sure. So YMAX itself, $17.94 today, down 16 cents. Tomorrow it should drop 15 cents. Take a look at the last 5 days, though. It's definitely made up its past distribution, 39 cents. If you look at the last month, up 25 cents or 1%. And then the last 6 months, that there's its downfall, down 12%. So, I mean, if it could go up 1% every month and still pay you a distribution here, that wouldn't be too bad, would it? Go up 1% every month, pay me, what, 3-4% every month. I think I'd be happy with that for sure. All right, so that's YMAX. Next up is going to be Y to the Mag, YMag, Flash Mag from the Family Guy here. YMag paying out 21 cents, so better, definitely better. And let's go take a look at its distributions. Now, it came out weekly at the same time, so this is week 9 of its weeklies. And again, it's paying out 21 cents there, so a little bit more than last week, and definitely more than the previous couple of weeks before that too. YMAG paying out not too bad there, and the stock price, so the ETF price, also doing very well, just sitting at its around it where it came out at its inception of 1989 back in January. So it's up a little bit from that, plus paying out a consistent dividend here every single week. So you can't be too angry with that. Which one is better, though? I haven't done any research. Which one's better in your opinion? Y Max or Y Mag? Tell me why in the comments. I need to know. Could be something I would invest in the future, but maybe not. And on that front, I am not a financial analyst. Please don't listen to anything that I say. Do your own research. Spend your own money on your own convictions. I will spend my money on mine. But you guys have seen in previous videos what I've spent my money on. Let's go take a look at the next one here. This is the big one that everybody's probably tuning in about. This is CONY, the ETF that follows Coinbase, paying out a massive, massive distribution this month. Now, this is a monthly distribution. CONY, you can see it's been in that dollar range for the past 5 months here, but this month things got wild over YieldMax and they decided to pay out $2.02. Now, I haven't followed CONY too closely, but I'm not too sure where they generated this money from. Probably a synthetic option. That's my guess. And, they generally fail on the weekly calls, but I can't say that yes or no if they didn't. But the distribution rate for this one is staggering 135%. Pretty incredible. If I had more than 3 shares, I'd be extremely excited about $2.02. But I would be cautious. That's going to be coming out of the price tomorrow. Today's price for CONY has dropped quite a bit today, down 9%, which is kind of strange considering the price of Bitcoin went up 1%. I have it right here for us. It's gone up a little bit today, not too much, but I think what happened is if you take a look at the last 5 days of CONY here, it had a massive increase. If you look at the last month here, an even bigger increase, 23%. So I'm wondering if people were just saying, you know what, I'm going to sell out before I get the dividend of $2, and I'm going to just capitalize on that $2 without needing the need for the distribution. So who knows what that is? I noticed a few of these ETFs went down today, and we'll take a look at the market after. I've got Yahoo Finance opened up here. So that's CONY. Congratulations to you, CONY owners. A friend of mine has just over 500 shares, so he's pretty pumped about that. He's not too sure what he's going to spend his money on next. Let's go on to the next one here, Fiat, which is kind of the inverse fund and paying out 72 cents. Does that make sense for Fiat to do that? Maybe not necessarily, but I mean, there's its distribution so far. It's the lowest by far, half of what it was last month. And I can appreciate that. You know what? I can appreciate that. Let me tell you why I appreciate that. Look at the share price of Fiat right now, 9.95. I feel like they've been paying out far too much the first 3 months, and that has created a lot of share depreciation and NAV erosion. So this month, cutting it in half, hopefully they protect that price a little bit, and they're not paying out from your own money, right? So they're actually paying out from earned money. Let's hope that's what's happening here, so that your fund that you've put your money in, hard-earned money in, stays stable, right? That's the hopes and the dreams here with Fiat. Yeah, you got to be happy though with 72 cents. Personally, I'm not an inverse kind of guy over here, but you do you. Like I said, you do what you got to do with your money, right? So there's Fiat for you. Next one is the Microsoft Play MSFO, 50 cents. And if I look here, it's pretty stable. Pretty stable for sure. 50 cents last month, 43, 40, 38, 47, 57. Microsoft itself doesn't really move around too much, but here's MSFO right there, 1944. Just pretty stable ETF here too, which is nice. If you look at the last 6 months, down 9%, but the last month it's really stabilized here, which is really good. Microsoft itself is a fairly stable stock. Last 5 days, up 0.94. Last month up at 1.45%. So it just kind of hangs out there. Not super volatile, so that's most likely why you're not getting a huge distribution from MSFO every month, even though it's a massive company with a massive share price. That doesn't matter, right? It's all about that volatility, the amount of people that are trading that fund, the options on those funds. That's what it's all about. So, I mean, if you're looking for something stable, MSFO could be that. Again, the price of This is 1944. You're looking at a 50-cent dividend per share on that. Not too bad for me. I live in Canada. I've got to pay tax on these right away. It doesn't make financial sense for me to purchase this. It needs to be higher, or I need to go into like a growth stock or a Canadian ETF to make it make sense. So that's MSFO. Let us know if you're in there. I'd be curious to know what you love about it. Personally, I think it's the stability. I think that's what people would love about it. Next up, let's talk about AMDY. 81 cents. Uh, Chip company here. 81 cents, lowest one in 3 months, but still good, right? 91 or 92 cents the last 2 months, then 43.73. So 81 cents from AMDY. That's disgusting. I don't like the price of that at all. Oh my goodness. So this thing came out. Well, let's go to 1 year chart here. It came out November. Hey, it's been out for a year as of tomorrow. Hold on 1 second. Oh, no, that's a lie. September 22nd. So it came out at $18. Since then, it's down 34%. But I mean, if you take a look at its distributions, you're probably making that back. But I mean, that's your own money coming back to you. It's not like they've made extra money for you. The share price has dropped, but then you made money. So it's kind of even if you look at it that way. Personally, I don't really love that strategy. I want my share price to stay the same. Plus, I want a dividend every month. That's how I want. I want to get paid with money that's earned, not with my own money that I've invested in the stock or the ETF. But AMD share price not looking great. 12.39. Let's look at yeah, I think for that one, I wouldn't be investing in that, but that's just me. And again, I think it has to do with stability. I'm not a big fan of the stability of that ETF right now, anyways. Maybe in the future. I already have a chip company. I've got NVIDIA, and I'm very happy with NVIDIA. It has that stability. It's got that consistent higher payment. It's a winner for sure so far. Next up, Nestle, 78 cents with Nestle here. Pretty standard with Nestle. They've been paying out 50, let's go from the top, 79, 51, 57, 37, 62, and its distribution rate is 54%. Pretty standard if you look at Nestle itself. It's a stable ETF over here at YieldMax. So that's nice. Good volatility. If you look at Netflix itself, this is one of those classics. You should have invested in the underlying if you wanted to have share appreciation. If you look at the last month, you're up 16% or $117. If you look at the last year, 86%. The last 5 years, 181% in increase. But just today itself up $1.34. So just to be clear, tomorrow is the ex dividend date, and it should drop at least 78 cents. It could go up and down depending on how Netflix and Netflix do tomorrow, how the market does tomorrow. But 78 cents will be taken out of the share price to pay you your dividend. But then the market has a say in what the price fluctuation of Nestle will be tomorrow. By the way, this Friday, Jake Paul, Mike Tyson, who's winning? Whew. I mean, if you watch the previews, Mike Tyson is. I mean, you know this. Mike Tyson's an animal, right? And he's got that raw power. I don't know. I think he might just destroy Jake Paul. Tough to say though. Does he have the stamina to last? Does he need the stamina to last? We're gonna find out on Friday on Netflix. What a huge deal for Netflix, by the way. Um, that's gonna be big. It's gonna be big. New subscribers probably to Netflix. People that haven't watched Netflix in a long time will tune in, no doubt. All right, next one on the list here is ABNY, which is Airbnb Play, paying out 86 cents. Okay. And so that's its fourth distribution. It's its highest one so far. They paid out 79, 46, and 80 cents so far. The share price of ABNY, I mean, it just started here in June, down 19% in that time. Not necessarily awesome, but let's take a look here. What's that? Like $3 is paid out in distributions. I'll put it up top here for us. See how close I was with my math in my head there. But $3 down $4 in share price. So far, not so good with that one. I'm actually curious to see how much money is in this. So 18 million. One of the lower funds over at YieldMax for sure. Not the lowest by far, but one of the lower ones. So that's ABNY. Next up is PP. So PayPal play right here. So 58 cents. And yeah, I mean, it's one of its lowest ones in the last couple months. So last month paid $1.10, the month before $1.61. And then they were quite a bit lower before that. So 58 cents. Let's go take a look at PayPal, or sorry, Pi PP. What do you guys call it? Pi or PP? I'm calling it Pi. Very stable here, 1906. Hasn't dramatically dropped in the last month. It's actually gone up in the last 6 months. And I mean, even in the last year here, it's up a little bit. So that's good. And I mean, it's paying out a decent dividend. If you had enough shares of this could definitely make you some money. Will it be consistent doing that in the future? Who knows, right? The future, who knows? So I think we have one more to go over here, and that is a crowd talking point. I was gonna say favorite, but some people don't like it. ULTY, 83 cents. And I know they have been taking measures to stabilize this fund, to make it more reliable, to make it so that it's not a ski slope downhill, a double black diamond here. So Alti has been paying out some really good dividends in its 8 months or so here. Um, Definitely good dividends for sure. I think that's what people love about it. The other thing that people are excited about, for me, I'm not, but the price is $10.68. And so the rumors are that they're working very hard on stabilizing that price. They're writing puts and calls. They're they're writing calls on companies that are super volatile. But personally, I mean, that price does scare me, $10.68. But is it worth the risk? Potentially. I know my buddy invested today in Alti. Um, but is it worth the risk? I'm not too sure. If you're an Alti holder, you're probably very satisfied with all of the distributions you've received so far. Um, I would just be cautious and I would be curious where that money's coming from. The share price goes like this, the dividends go like this. Where are they intersecting? And are they actually stabilizing this fund enough? And by paying out 83 cents, is that going to help the fund stabilize? Did they earn 83 cents or are they paying you from your own money? That's something that I would want to know. So that's the distributions today. I was taking a look at the market. I mean, CONY went way down. I thought that was strange, and I wanted to see the news. I mean, Bitcoin itself here. Let me just refresh the page. Up 1.66% at $89,000. Pretty incredible. If you take a look at Bitcoin over the last few days, like 5 days, up 16% or $12,000. That's incredible. Look at the last month, up $26,000. What a climb for Bitcoin. Misty holders, you've got to be excited for next week. This time next week, we're going to be having the same conversation. Yeah, look at that year to date, 102%. Michael Saylor over at MicroStrategies has to be a happy guy. That's for sure. I also opened up Yahoo Finance here just to kind of take a peruse around. Um, bum, bum, bum. Rate cut, Fed cut with the interest rates, 80% chance in December. Are you excited about that? I know right now I'm not because I'm in a fixed mortgage, but come less than a year from now, I hope those rates are down for sure for my own mortgage purposes, right? Inflation stays firm. What else do we got going on here? S&P struggles to extend post-election advance. So I think, like, did the market just go up too fast, too quickly there? And this is just a little bit of a lock your profit in moment here. sell off some of those shares so that you can have some profit. I know Tesla as an example, right? What a climb by Tesla 2 days ago. Yesterday was pretty, no, 2 days ago was the day before that too. Yeah, and then yesterday it came down a little bit. So is it because people are locking in their profits? I don't know. Tough to say. But it's important to pay attention to your money. If you're not happy with losses, create stop losses on your account. Who knows how long this upswing is going to go? I know today was a downswing, right? So will it go on forever? I doubt it. I doubt it, right? Stocks, I heard stocks only go up. Is that true? It's not true. Just so you know, I've been through a few steep declines, usually around September, usually around January. I've seen those happen. So who knows what the future is going to go. For me, I'm going to keep investing though, because I don't want to time the market. For me, I just want to keep investing, especially in ETFs that pay me high yield distributions, because I want to keep that income coming in as well. So my name is Mike. My goal here is to get to 2,000 subscribers, by the way, by December 25th, 2025. So if you haven't hit it yet, thanks for hitting it right now. Also, check my links below. I've got memberships available. I have my passive account here where you can go ahead and get a passive account so you can check your dividends more. And I think I get a small commission for that, but anyways, I didn't want to make this video too long. I definitely appreciate the time that you provide, and I hope I provided a little bit of entertainment for you. And if I did, hit the like button. If I didn't, well, high five to you. I hope you have a wonderful night. My name is Mike. This is Health and Wealth. Bye for now.